Hello. This is my second time recording this because the audio went all fucky and was too loud. I'm just letting you know now. In the first recording, I was crying. I'll probably cry again. So if I do that and you hear a lot of cuts in the video or audio and stuff, that's why. And I'm sorry. Right now, it is basically 6 a.m. on September 27th, 2024. Yesterday, at 3 p.m., on September 26th, 2024, my dad had passed. Come on, you can do this. He's gone. Oh God. He fell. What? It was like 40 feet, I think, off a tree. He fell 40 feet and hit face first. That's what I've heard from the people who were with him at the time, who rushed into the hospital, and it's a hospital where we are is useless as shit. So I think what day was it? I don't even know what day it was. It was either Monday or Tuesday. Right, today is Friday. Yesterday was Thursday, so it was either, I think it was Tuesday, because I'd slept the whole day in between. So like Tuesday or Monday this week, we were called, or out at like 8 p.m. I was called to the hospital. It's about, and my mother was the person to let me know that my dad is in the hospital. We need to go see him. So she picked me up and we went to the hospital and waited in a room for fucking hours, just as I thought would happen. Part of me kind of wishes I waited in that room forever. When I saw my dad on that hospital bed, such a state, it was rough. I wish I had talked to him then, because he would have been able to respond. I'm trying my best to not cry while recording, and it's not working. I got this. From what they told me, and if that was the way he was sent to the hospital, like that's the way he landed and stuff, without the doctors ever telling me anything, I instantly knew, like, no matter what, his ribs are broken. I don't know about all of them, or I didn't know about all of them, but I know that most of his ribs are broken, and his arms are probably messed up a little bit. And I say he'll probably get a punctured lung. I was wrong about the punctured part. It was lacerated. It's the same results, to be honest, but sorry, I'm trying to if you hear me cracking jokes, it's such a serious situation. It's because I'm trying to stop myself from fucking breaking down and crying while recording this. I'm sorry. But, so after that, pretty much the next day at around 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., my mother had taken me home, and I slept for a whole day, because I was so tired. It was, so like from 8 p.m. to 10 a.m., that's like 16 hours, I think. My math could be wrong. You can correct me if you want. It would not be 16. Wait. Be 18, I think. I was going to work on a video. I was going to edit while I was waiting in the waiting rooms and stuff. And, yeah, they did a few surgeries. Let me explain the first hospital first. I'm sorry. So, they had told us that, there was contradicting fucking stories, because the nurse wanted to try to sugarcoat everything. But there was someone that my aunt, my dad's sister, knew, and who worked with her before, and she was like, she was somebody who would not sugarcoat anything. So after this dumbass nurse who thought we were stupid would come in and tell us lies, then this person would come in and be like, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, it ain't good. He's in a very critical state. And it only got worse, and then it got better, and then it got worse again. But they were able to stabilize him enough to send him to a better hospital that is 3 fucking hours away, but they sent him by helicopter, so let's say cut that time in at least like a fourth. And at most a half. But sorry, I'm still going through it. And I'm trying my best to not start crying. I know I will cry. There's just no way I can't. So after they sent him flying and I knew he was not in the building anymore, I went home and I slept for a day. Literally, I slept for the whole day. And if I woke up, I'd go back to sleep. So, skip a day or two. I can't remember the days at this point. Let's skip all the way to yesterday, September 26th. I get a call from my mother because my aunt, or pretty much that side of my family, has no way of contacting me at all, because I stopped contacting them for 2 years and everything, so I kind of naturally lost contact with them, and then I didn't regain contact, like digital contact and stuff, but I talked to them the last time I was there, but this sucks. But I'd gotten a call saying that the hospital they was in, I won't say what hospital, that they called the family in, And I was like, and I asked her because I didn't exactly understand, mainly because I was like actually no, I was awake. The reason I know I was awake is because I literally, right before she called for me, I beat a custom Left 4 Dead 2 campaign, and literally, like, during the credits, she told me. Um, but, so, my sister, which a lot of people didn't know I have, and honestly, I kind of forgot, because I haven't talked to her in, like, 10 years. Actually, that's a lie. It's more like 7 or 8, but my sister came and picked me up, and it was a 3-hour drive to that hospital. We got there at like 12, or not 12, yeah, 12, like, no, I don't know if we got there at like 12 or like 11:30. But we were confused. We literally, because what she said was like, around here it'd be better to park a mile away. I didn't think she meant that literally. She drove a mile past the hospital. We still didn't find a parking spot, but and then we drove back and we got to the parking garage, and as soon as we came in, someone was pulling out, so we just pulled in there. But we went in and we were lost because I've been to this hospital before when I went to surgery a long time ago for appendicitis. The thing is that appendicitis almost fucking killed me, because if I was a day later I would have died. But for someone who has, sorry, my ear just went all weird. For someone who's been at this hospital, the thing is, I even told her, I was like, I should remember this place. But the thing is that when I left the building, it was 3 or 4 in the morning, so it was like really dark outside. I've never seen the place in the daytime. Sorry, my stomach acid is making me feel like I'm gonna throw up. And also, probably all the crying I've done in the past hour. When we got there, we saw my uncle, and you know, I've never seen my uncle look like that. I've never seen my uncle cry. I've never seen my uncle. I've seen him mad. I've never seen him sad. And this was the first time I've seen him look like that. And he tried his best to hide it. And I tried my best to hide my sadness too. At least not until we were alone. Or I was alone, and I would have let it all out. And I sat there, and my aunt had come back from seeing him. Or no, and somebody who worked at the hospital. Sorry, my brain is all jumbled up. I'm thinking of a time way later in the day. Somebody from the hospital came out and asked if I was there for the person that I won't say the name of. And I said, yeah. And she was like, do you want to go see him before he's gone? When I heard that, I mean, I don't think that's word for word, but it's pretty much around that. To be honest, I'm having a hard time remembering anything. But all I know is that when I heard that, well, honestly, when I heard that before my sister came to pick me up, I laid in my bed and cried a little, because I knew this wasn't good. So, when I went back there with my sister, he was in such a bad state. His ear was turning purple. I don't know about his other ear. I didn't look at it at all. His ear was turning purple. And what I heard, his legs had already turned purple. For the past few days, I've been cracking jokes, trying to stay strong, trying to not cry. But when I saw my sister hold his head and cry, I broke down right there, right at the edge of the bed, where his feet were. I broke down and I stood there and cried. My sister was going on like, a tree is what did this. A fucking tree. I know, it's unbelievable. We all thought that he would overdose on drugs or get shot or something. But at least he went out, working. That was one of his good traits, was that he was a very hard worker. But and the person who came with my uncle asked me if I wanted to talk to him, and I said, yeah, I want to talk to my dad, but I want to do it alone. I don't want anyone in the room. And they left. And I tapped his shoulder with my hand twice, and I said, you ain't looking so good, Mom. You're looking real rough. I was like, why'd you have to be so stupid to the end? When something that dangerous. I think there's... Oh, never mind. I thought there was like dry blood on my controller. No, it's just a speck of desk paint, I think. I don't know, my eyes are making everything blurry. But it broke me seeing my dad in that state. I started crying so much. I talked about, you'll never see the person that you'll never see the person that I'm going to love. You'll never see the children we'd have if we had any. I was so devastated because he was 44. He was pretty much halfway through his life. He got to be a grandfather through my brother. Sure, not a grandfather by blood, but he treated those kids like he was their grandfather, or he treated them like they were his grandchildren. But he'll never have a great grandchild. None of my dad on that side, and neither my grandparents on that side, they're all dead. So they never got to see their grandchildren, or their great-grandchildren either. On my other side, on the other side of the family, my mom's side, they're seeing their great-grandchildren. I'm surprised they're still alive. God, my mother's side has died fucking 10 times. And I wish I was lying about that. And she's still kicking. But, sorry, I had to distract myself for a second. This might be a long video, I'm sorry. But, oh God, let me tell you about my brother. I was sitting there crying, basically, and when I cry, I want to punch the shit out of something. So I was basically fighting the side of, I was fighting the side of that bed, and I think the bed won because my ring finger on my right hand feels weird, but but my brother came in. I think I was punching, or not really punching. No, I was punching. I was punching the side of the bed, like a plastic part, it's like a handle, and or like a railing. Sorry. And my brother I had heard the door open to the room, but I didn't hear any footsteps. So I was like, I guess they just opened it to listen for a second and see if I was still, like, going on. And this motherfucker, while I was, like, while I was putting my head on my arm, crying my eyes out, this motherfucker puts his hand on my shoulder, scaring the absolute shit out of me. I didn't jump or anything, but mentally I was like, what the fuck? But I instantly knew it was my brother when I looked down and saw his pants, because he's the only person who wears pants like that to a fucking hospital. He was already there because my nephew has his son has cancer, and I think he turned 1 the month before last. I can't remember when his birthday was. I'm so bad for that. But honestly, he's been doing real good. He has been. I think after one more cycle, I think they will be done with chemo and stuff, and he should be good. But he talked to me about a bunch of this stuff, and he's like, once my mom and papa are gone, we're going to be in this situation. I'm like, that's fine, because the thing that gets me about deaths, especially deaths like my dad's, is that my dad, he didn't get to live a full life. My mama and papa, on my mom's side, is a different story. They've got to live a full life. They've got to see their grandchildren, even their great-grandchildren. A lot of grandparents don't even get to see their great-grandchildren. They lived a full life, and honestly, I probably, which no offense to them, but I probably wouldn't cry as much if they were to pass, because I know they lived a full life, and I know they lived a good life. even if they're going fucking crazy. But, sorry, I'm trying to stop myself from crying. It's making this video fucking longer, I'm sorry. But, this next thing I'm gonna say was the last thing I said to my dad. And, it broke my brother's heart when I said this. So I'm just giving you a warning, and I'm probably gonna cry a bunch right after I say this. The last words I said to my dad while he was in the hospital bed were, I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you a lot. I love you. I love you so much. Fuck. I gotta go. I'm sorry. But, and when I didn't know my brother was crying at the time, but when he grabbed me and I saw his face, his eyes were red and he was crying. I was like, I've never seen my brother cry like this. I've seen him like cry when he got hurt, but I've never seen him cry due to like heartbreak and stuff. And when we were walking back to the waiting room or the waiting area, he said, "Fuck you." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "You made me cry." And he's like, "I didn't cry till you got here," and I was like, "I didn't cry till I get here either." But, you know, I had cracking jokes. Even after that, I went back and saw my nephew. He cracked me up. He's one goofy fucker. He cracked me up. He's a funny baby. And so is his sister. His sister's funny as shit. His sister is with my mother. Today or yesterday I should say, when I got home, she cracked me up. I was like, "You both are real goofy." But oh God. But I'm gonna do a time skip, and then I'm gonna talk about my dad and how he was and who he was, without giving too many details, so you don't track identities and stuff. So I'm gonna time skip to last night. While I was home, I pet my animals and I cried and I said, I was like talking to my animals. I treat my animals like people. Well, almost like people. I still treat them like, pets and stuff, but I like, if they, how dogs and cats can have boundaries, like, don't pick them up or whatever. I never pick up my dogs or cats unless like I need to move them or they want me to pick them up or something like that. But after that, me and my mother knows how to. Well, the thing is, I was hungry because I didn't eat anything all day. What time was I home? It was like 8. Yeah, it was around 8 p.m. when I got home. And I had left the house at like 10. I think. No, 10 or 9. So, like, good, almost 12 hours. I didn't eat. But, she knows how to kind of cheer me up or something, because she was like, you wanna, and because it cheered me up, even though I don't think it was, she was meaning to do it to cheer me up, but I was like, I'm hungry as hell. She was like, you want to go get something? I was like, do we even have the money for that? And we went and got Wendy's, because fuck McDonald's. But, after we got 3 biggie bags, and after I ate my biggie bag, I went to sleep. I don't even know what time we got back. I don't know what time I went to sleep. All I know is I went to sleep. I woke up at 5 a.m. an hour and a half ago. And as soon as I woke up, I started crying my eyes out. And I was like, I wish this was a nightmare. And I instantly knew it wasn't a nightmare, because the Wendy's cup that I had my Mellow Yellow in was sitting right next to my head. So it's like the first thing I saw. But, I just don't, it's still hitting me. And tomorrow, or today, I'll be picking up Callow, and me and him are gonna hang out, because I really need the distraction from my thoughts, or I'll keep crying for the next fucking forever. But, yeah, now I'm gonna tell you who my dad was and how he was. My dad, and of course, I loved my dad. I still do love my dad. He wasn't dad material, I will say that, but I still loved him all the same, because he was my dad. And I'll always love my dad. Sorry, this is hard right now. It doesn't help that all the stomach acid is like coming up my throat at the moment, so it's like making it also kind of hard to talk and everything. But he was not exactly father material, but he was good enough for me. But I was I he saw my brother, the one that was with me at the hospital. He saw him also as his own child, which he wasn't really. Like, they're not the same blood and everything, but he saw him as his own. He treated my brother as his own kid and everything. But the best way to really kind of describe my dad without going into detail, he was a good person. He was just somebody who's made a lot of mistakes. And that's how both me and my sister described him. He's a good person who made a lot of bad choices. But I'm trying my best. The last thing, I don't know if I already said this, but I literally saw him. Who knows? I probably already said this. I don't care. If I did, I'll just cut this part out, or I'll cut the first part out. I don't know. It's gonna be hard for me to fucking listen to this. But the last thing, like, I talked to him a month, or like a month ago, like literally like a week after or a week before my birthday. I went to go talk to him and check up on him and give him, the talk between son and father, and be like, if you don't stop doing drugs, which he was doing good. When I visited him, he looked like he didn't do anything for a while. He's actually gaining weight and stuff. But I still told him, because I wanted it to get it through his head, and I was like, I know he'll listen to me, if not anyone else. I said, I know you're looking good right now, so I want you to remember this if you ever think about it. If you do drugs ever again, and all that, then you will not have a son in your life. That was the last conversation, just me and him, that I had with him. But the last thing he said because my brother had taken me there to see him, because I was staying the nights with my brother for a while at that point, and last thing he said to me and my brother was, "I love you boys." Oh God! And we also had my niece with us, my brother's child, and God, he treated her so well, and so did his girlfriend that he had. She was very playful with her and stuff, and it was at least nice to see my dad be like that, at least one last time. He's great. He cares for children. He's so good with kids. My sister has a video of him, even though he was tuckered out, tired. He was jumping, or kind of, I don't know if he was jumping, but he was definitely on the trampoline with my sister's kids. Even though he was tired, he stayed up there and played with them and everything. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it's so long. I mean, maybe if I cut it down, it might be a little shorter, but if you've gotten this far, thank you for listening. I don't know. I've hit. Sorry, I'm so close to the microphone. I'm like trying to not fall over while I'm crying my eyes out. I'll probably cry right after I eat this. Not gonna lie, but he's great with kids. He loved his grandkids. He loved me. He loved my brother. I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him a lot. And, you know, I wish I had seen him at least one last time. Because I was planning on literally visiting him. Like, literally during the month. After, like, literally the few weeks after, or 2 weeks after I had gone and seen him, I was like, you know, I should talk to him, check up on him, and see how he's doing, and then visit my nan's grave. Well, now if I visit my nan's grave, I'll visit both of them. Sorry, I have to be like that, or, you know, God, but, if you got this far, thank you. Thank you for watching, and for those who watch me no matter what, even if it's not many of you, as long as it's one person, thank you for always being here and memorizing me, because the reason, and I've always said this, and there's multiple videos where I've said this, but the reason I made this channel was so people would have something to remember me by for as long as YouTube is up and as long as this channel is up. People would have memories of me when I'm gone, because I always thought I'd go before anyone else in my family, to be honest. Maybe not my grandparents, but I had always thought I would go first, even before my dad, because of all the medical problems I have and stuff. I thought I would go first. Part of me wishes I was right. Oh, God. Okay. Anyway, I love you all. And I hope you all have a good day, good night, and thank you all for being here. Thank you for listening if you got this far. I'll see you, I don't know when. It's most likely the next video I'll upload is an old one from like around Christmas time. From last year. But again, thank you. Bye.